as run down as the house. No horse lover ever let that happen. After further delving, she learned it had been sold over a year ago, without a forwarding address. Back to square one. But it had given her hope. He had left a trace. He might do it again. She got creative. She started trawling the job guides, searching for caretaker positions, dogging jobs, anything. The remoter, the better. She was cautious with her inquiries, claiming to be a debt collector chasing down an unpaid fine. Knowing the Bush Telegraph could travel faster than any half-baked NBN, a few people recognised the name, but none were of any help. So she got desperate, uploading what photos of him she had to a burner Facebook account, and started reverse image searching. She tried Google and a couple of those so-called find anyone with only a photo anti-catfishing sites. Both claimed matches to her pictures, although neither would give her the result until she coughed up some dough. The results were next to useless, but they sparked a new line of inquiry. She found better sites, better methods, and she spent the nights scrolling through countless images of weather-worn aging men, narrowing and refining searches as she went. It was a long shot, but it was all she had left. And then there he was. She nearly flicked past it, almost slipping into the automatic scrolling that happens after staring at something for too long. Then those eyes, deep, intense, and blue. Even in a half-blurred corner of the picture, they leaped out at her, and she caught her breath. It was him. She leaned forward, squinting at the screen. A group of young adults, all fit and sexy, dressed in a mixture of tank tops and T-shirts, some in old work clothes caked with red dust, every one of them baked by the sun, and all smiling. It was clearly the final group shot before they went their separate ways, some big job over and done with, and in that last hurrah of a photo, they had caught him in the background. 6 months ago, according to the Post's date. He could have moved on by now, but she had a scent, and it was the strongest lead she had to go on. She poured herself another wine, because if anything called for another glass of wine, this was it, and sipped as she read the caption. Muster done and dusted. Awesome crew, great times. Hope to be back at Goldmont Station next year. You! She smiled, sipped again at her wine, and picked up the phone. 1. The gunshot wrenched him from sleep. Steel springs screamed in protest as Gabe Ahern rolled off the old, sagging shearer's bed before he was even fully awake, his senses struggling to pierce through the haze of beer and cheap whiskey he'd used to ensure some semblance of a good night's rest. 1 foot caught in the sweat-stained sheets, sending him crashing to the bare concrete floor, and pain flared through his hip like a branding iron. He ignored it and reached for the rifle, propped up by the bedhead, feeling about in the dark until his hands clasped over the familiar, comforting wooden stock. Torchlight flashed through the window pane, briefly illuminating the room and reflecting off the single photo frame on the dresser. Gabe swore, fumbling with the safety while shuffling back on the floor to prop himself against the wall and raise the gun's barrel towards the door. It wavered. The whole bloody room wavered, spinning about as he fought for control. They had come for him, finally, prowling around with torches, looking for his scent, for his trail, and they had found it, even all the way out here, even after all this time. Those bastards had found him, and he knew they eventually would. Somewhere along the line, he'd fucked up. He had left a sign. He had left a trace. Another gunshot echoed through the sticky night. Christ, who are they shooting at? Mitch? Laura? Jesus, the kids? He made to rise and collapsed again, his balance failing. He drew in deep breaths, gasping as the thick, humid air filled his lungs. Damn those beers. He needed to get his head clear, to think, to... Again, brilliant white torchlight flared outside like a strobe, like bright lightning. He jumped as another gunshot rolled across the sky, close enough to send a shudder through the window pane, like thunder. Gabe closed his eyes.